you see the title. And in the comments below, tell me what was your Mount Rushmore of TV dads. If it's trash, I'm gonna let you know.
This nigga is trash.
Family sitcoms have been around since the 60s, with many of them having fathers or father-like figures that, for whatever reason, we resonate with. I know some of y'all ain't had y'all daddy, so this was the closest thing y'all got, because he ain't want y'all last. But let me give you Mount Rushmore of TV dads. Damn How You Feel. Rosanne was a top-tier show for me back in the day.
Just this once.
Dan Connor was a blue-collar, hard-working dude that was just funny as hell. I think what makes TV dads great or memorable is how realistic they seem.
Car one night, so you just go behind my back and take it.
Well, if I would have asked, you would have said no anyway.
That's right. What does that tell you?
Dan by no means was a perfect dude at all, bruh, but he was a great dad. Of course, he could have made better decisions, but I feel like they came with parenting. You're not gonna always get shit right. John Goodman brought Dan to life and had like the Uncle Phil effect. Meaning you watch this motherfucker and at least once you might have wished that bro was actually your daddy in real life. Man, Al Bundy was a great bad TV dad. He was vulgar as hell.
What for? The call costs more than the car.
Yes, and it cost more than the condom I should have used the night you were conceived.
But bro was funny as fuck.
Excuse me, but am I invisible?
Possibly from Pluto.
The man probably would have, tried to off himself just to get away from his family.
You should just stay home and bowl me over.
But Peg, I prefer a place where my balls are returned promptly.
But to me, you could tell he loved them sometimes, even with bad advice.
I'm ovulating. And when this happens, I get this pinching little cramp. What should I do?
Walk it off.
Bundy ain't giving out one fuck.
Just about had enough of you.
Well, you wouldn't say that if I came with fries and a medium drink.
Most of the time, he gave into what his family wanted. And Buddy was entertaining as hell. I feel like he was like the physical or the fictional depiction of, what fathers probably think in their head, like they intrusive thoughts.
Our way, 2, 4, 6, 8, go get fun of our way.
1, 2, 3, 4, you're gonna fall through the floor.
You could tell he loved his family, dude. But bro was funny as hell. He was definitely one of my favorites all time. Bruh, this one had to make the list. James Evans was not playing no games.
No, little boy, daddy, I'm 12 years old.
You want to make 13?
He knew the negative effects that living in the projects can have. And he decided to make sure that his kids would not fall into that shit.
Have our kids talking to me that way. Junior, as long as you living under my roof, you ain't gonna do but one thing, and that's obey.
Bro was quick to whoop ass and ask questions later. And it ain't matter if you was his kid or not.
What's that supposed to mean? Well, you heard of the extended family? Well, this weekend you part of one, which gives me the right to extend this belt to your behind if I feel like it.
If you were under his roof, you'll follow them rules or you'll get built to ass. James Evans was CEO of discipline. And that was definitely going on in my household for sure growing up. Like this came on, but man, as a kid, seeing James Evans, you almost saw your pops if you had one. If he was disciplining you and gave you structure, you saw your pops. First thing first.
Rest in peace, Uncle Phil.
I would say I truly believe Uncle Phil was the greatest TV dad of all time. These are 4 of my favorite TV dads, and there's more to come, but even with the others that you'll see in the future, I believe Uncle Phil outweighs all of them, and he'll always be number 1.
Yes, this is my favorite part.
This man made kids that had parents and kids that didn't have parents feel like he was actually their pops.
Sometimes what feels good is wrong.
He was a great example of get on your ass when you wrong.
Sorry? My son could have died because of you.
And he'll be your number 1 supporter when you right.
Don't tell us to sit down. Just open that damn cell and let those two boys out of there. I'm going to tie this place up in so much litigation that your grandchildren are going to need lawyers.
To me, he was the true definition of a father and made me think of my pops. Dude, Uncle Phil fathered so many children that didn't have a father at all. And for that, you always have to respect it, because it felt like you was actually watching your pops.